Welcome to this quick yoga class that I designed for weightlifters after an upper body workout. Today we'll be working on your flexibility throughout all of these muscles you could be exercising, but also mobility in areas like your shoulders and along the spine. I hope you enjoyed joining me in my favorite hometown gym, which is actually owned by my family. It's called Time to Rise Fitness. If you want to check us out, we're in Shillington in the area of Reading, Pennsylvania. Anyway, I hope you love this class. Just find a comfy spot at your own gym or somewhere at home and we can get started. Coming to a kneeling position at the center of your yoga mat. If you can't kneel, if it's uncomfortable, you can also sit in a chair or just do the warm-up standing. Let's start with a few deep breaths here. Again, this is a yoga practice, so just trying to calm our mind a little bit and focus on the breath. Inhale, reach those arms up as high as you can. And on a long exhale, you can just let those arms come back down to your sides, just like that, warming up the shoulders a little bit. Inhale, reach up. And on your exhale, let them fall back down. Coming into shoulder rolls a few times. Again, make these big shoulder rolls. We're trying to warm up our traps. Bringing your shoulders all the way up to the ears and settling them back down. So whether you're using today as a warm-up before you lift, or perhaps as a recovery stretch after a hard workout, this should be perfect. We're ultimately gonna go pretty slow and try to get a little bit of a stretch and some mobility into every part of your torso, your arms, your neck, and your shoulders. Let's move on here. Inhale, reaching those arms up one more time. On your exhale, leaning over to your left side, or if you prefer to mirror me, it doesn't matter. Coming into a big lateral stretch. We inhale, the arms come back up. And exhale, taking it over now towards your right. So the goal here is to really reach through the rib cage. So come up, inhale. As you come over, trying to expand through the intercostal muscles of your rib cage, really arcing over. And inhale one more time. And exhale, taking it to your last side. Good work. If you are standing or on a chair, coming now into your hands and knees position, or just pivoting over if you are already kneeling. So your wrists are underneath the shoulders, your knees are underneath the hips. We're gonna do cat-cow here. On your inhale, look up towards the ceiling, dropping your belly, arcing the lower back a little bit. On your exhale, you're gonna pull that belly button up to the spine and concave over. So inhale, glance up, open up that chest and belly. And exhale, press it away. Build as much of a mountain as you can here by concaving over your spine. This is so excellent for spinal mobility, something we tend to forget. Inhale, look up. Big forced exhale. Press the mat away. Good, one more time. Inhale, look up. On this one, really try to round through those shoulder blades, rounding over, feeling everything stretch over your backbones. Good, and we'll come back into a neutral spine here. Let's inhale, reach the right fingertips up to your ceiling. On your exhale, you're just gonna thread the needle, meaning you're gonna tuck that right arm in the little hole you've made here, coming down onto the right shoulder. Perfect. So you can just hang out here. If you need to wiggle back and forth a little bit to find where it feels good, I sometimes need to do that. We're looking to feel a nice stretch, perhaps in the lower back here as we twist through the spine, also probably along the back of the right shoulder. You can hang out here anytime you want for as long as you want, but let's just take 2 deep breaths today. Inhale. Exhale, try to sink a little bit into your mat, relax. One more inhale. On your exhale, you're gonna press that mat away to come back up into your neutral position. We'll take it to the other side. Inhale, left fingertips reach up to the ceiling. And exhale, thread that needle underneath the right arm, coming into your other side. Again, you can just hang out here, maybe trying to think of really twisting through the entire spinal column. As lifters, we don't necessarily work our spine bones, our spine muscles, right? A thing doesn't really exist, but that spine is critical to every single muscle we work. It's the central line of our body, so it's important to bring flexibility and attention into it. Let's take one more deep breath here, inhale. And on your exhale, coming back up into a neutral spine, we're gonna go into a downward facing dog now. Now don't be scared if you do much yoga, we're gonna keep it basic. Tuck your toes first, and then start to press the mat away with your palms, so putting the weight into the palms so you can shift those hips up towards the sky. You want your feet to stay attached to the mat, and your knees can stay bent this entire time. So I don't really want you really struggling to straighten everything and sliding all over the place. I'd rather you have those palms planted down into your mat. The knees are bent, you're on your toes. Your neck and your head are relaxed, leaning down. There you go. So you can play with this a little bit. We want to try to press our chest down towards the mat and lift those hips up towards the sky. So as you start to feel the chest press down, you'll even feel a bit of a stretch to the top of the back and in the shoulders, right? So I don't want to be here, almost more in a bear stance. Remember, think pressing your mat away, pressing the hips up towards the sky and the chest down towards the mat. Let's take 2 more deep breaths here. Inhale. Exhale, maybe press a little deeper, maybe play with trying to straighten the knees a bit. Inhale. And exhale out. Good. Getting a little bonus stretch through the backs of the hammies here, even in our upper body stretch. Let's walk those hands back to the feet. So you're coming to the back of your mat. Your knees are nice and bent to your own level of flexibility. It might look a little different for everyone. Grab opposite elbows with your hands. And if you're comfy with it, let the head and the neck fully release and relax. We're just gonna sway back and forth a little bit. So just enjoying this little moment of rest here, a little bit of play. For me, after a hard upper body workout, I tend to get a little tense. I hold a lot of tension in my shoulders, my neck, and my traps. So it's important for me, at least personally, that I try to release those muscles and that tension before I go home and move on with my day, or I'll hold that tension there all day. So just taking this moment to kind of feel a little loosey-goosey. And then we're gonna release that hold with the arms, keeping those knees nice and bent, keeping your head and neck relaxed. Roll up from the bottom of the spine, so 1 vertebra at a time until you come to a standing position. Nice, we'll do that 2 more times. Inhale, extend through that spine, reach the hands all the way up. Open them now, and swan dive forward. So leading with your chest, coming all the way down into forward fold. Keep your knees nice and bent, roll up to the count of 4. 3, 2, and 1. We have 1 more time. Extend through your spine. On your exhale, opening that chest up to the sky, swan dive forward, leading with your chest. You can even squeeze the shoulder blades a little bit here, and releasing all the way back down. Rolling up for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lovely. Let's step to the front of your yoga mat now, or if you're just at the gym, just make sure you have enough space. We're gonna keep our left foot planted. Our right foot's gonna reach back a little bit behind us. So you'll notice that my right toes, they're not parallel with my left. They're not here. I actually have them just pigeon-toed a little bit out of my mat at about a 45-degree angle. It'll just help you balance. So your first option here, lots of different levels, are to grab opposite elbows with the hand, maybe keeping a nice tight core. I don't want to see anyone doing this. And then just trying to open your chest up to the sky. So for some people, I know a lot of guys with giant shoulders, this might be kind of hard, right, to have the mobility, and you might just want to hang out here and practice opening up that chest and having a strong foundation through the feet. That's absolutely fine. If you need a higher level, you're going to come down to about 90 degrees. Keeping those hips square, I don't want to see any wiggle woggles, and coming down to about a 90 degree. Again, you're also probably going to start to feel a nice stretch to the backs of the hammies. That's just a bonus for you today. If you're comfy here, you're just gonna take a few motions through. So maybe coming down, exhale, inhale up, exhale down, inhale up. If you can go further, be my guest, maybe coming all the way down. Inhale down, trying to bring your forehead to the knee, and back up. I reverse the breath, but we're going to exhale down, and inhale back up. If you're comfortable with that or want the next level, or if you're just standing here, maybe trying to interlace the fingers and working on our shoulder mobility now. So pressing that chest open, opening up the rib cage. You can just stay here, working on that exterior rotation of the shoulders. Or if you want to come down, again, maybe coming down to about 90 to start. If you're someone who can drop further and maybe even let those hands start to reach over the head, that is also okay. Wherever you are, again, just finding a comfy, safe spot to work from. We're all at different levels. Let's come down and inhale up. One more, exhale down and inhale up. Lovely, just stepping to the front of your mat into Dasana, your mountain pose. Inhale, reach the arms up, coming into a forward fold, and you're gonna roll up just like you did before for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's just take that to the other side before we wrap up. Reaching the left toes back this time, remember, at about a 45-degree angle. Your right toes are facing forward. Our first option is to just grab opposite elbows with the hands. We inhale, lift the chest. On your exhale, maybe coming down to 90 and back up. Inhale, come down, and exhale, back up. Sticking with that, or coming all the way down, trying to draw your forehead down to the knee. Again, just having a bonus lower body stretch here. Inhale, come up, and exhale, bring it down. So good also for our stability, grounding your feet through the mat. If you'd like the next level, interlacing the fingertips, opening up that chest. Hanging out here if that's good enough for you, maybe just focusing on your balance. Or if you wanna come down to 90 or all the way, we'll do a few reps like that. Inhale, come up. If you are taking the full range of motion, it really helps to solidify your feet into the mat by pressing them actively down. One more, inhale, come up, and exhale, bring it down. Good, just coming back to center here. We're going to come back to the middle of our mat, coming into a seated position. Again, if it's not comfortable for you to sit crisscross applesauce, you can do this kneeling. You can also do this part standing or sitting on a chair. So coming into any cross-legged position or those other options that is comfy. Just a few more upper body stretches here. We're gonna begin with a classic, just coming into a tricep stretch. I'm starting with my right elbow up, grabbing that elbow with your left palm and glancing up towards the sky. If you don't have that full range of mobility, maybe just working from here, wherever is comfy for you. Let's take one big inhale. Exhale, deepen the stretch. Inhale. And exhale, release it. Other side, grabbing your left elbow with the right hand. Again, going wherever works for you. Maybe you're down here, that's okay. Let's take a big inhale. Exhale, settle into the stretch. Inhale. And exhale, release, good. Trying another mobility stretch here. So we're gonna go into our eagle arms. You're just gonna scoop one elbow under the other. I am doing the right under the left. Coming into a cross. Maybe that is enough for you to just practice that range of motion and mobility. Full eagle arms, you also twist around the wrists to grab the palms. Now you might be hunched over at this point. I'm gonna try to challenge you to extend through your spine, root in your core, and then try to lift those elbows to about chin height. So let's take a few deep breaths here in our eagle arms or wherever works for you. Inhale, hold. Exhale, hold steady. One more inhale. And exhale out. Good, let's take it to the other side. For me, that means left is gonna swoop under right. If you're able to, maybe also twirling around the wrists for full eagle arms. Trying to lift the elbows, if you can, up to about chin height. And now we breathe. Inhale deeply into that belly. And exhale out. Inhale. And exhale out. Beautiful, slowly unwinding those arms. We're gonna take one more deep spinal twist here. Inhale, reach the arms up. On your exhale, bringing the opposite arm down to the knee. So I'm bringing my right arm down across to my left knee and then trying to twist through your spine. So I'm not necessarily just using my neck to look back. I'm actually lifting through that spine and trying to revolve around it. And then I can breathe. I am not using my hands to hold me because again, you're not really using the muscles and mobility of your spine. I'm just using my core a little bit, my obliques, and then hovering my hands to look over that left shoulder. Let's take a deep inhale. Think about lengthening on your inhale. On your exhale, little twist further. One more time like that. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist all the way back to center. Perfect. Inhale, reach up. If your legs are getting uncomfortable, maybe switching up which one's in the front. And then exhale, twisting over, this time to your right side. Let's do that same thing. So inhale, think about lifting through the spine. On your exhale, twist a little further. Inhale, lift. And exhale, little twist. Good, and coming back to center. Just want to take a few baby cobras here before we wrap up. So coming onto your belly, if you're on a dirty gym floor, you can also do this just kneeling, maybe just opening up through the belly instead. I know I've been in that position multiple times, but if you have a mat or a relatively clean space, coming down onto your belly, we're gonna tent those fingertips. And now again, I've worked with weightlifters for basically half my life now. So I know that sometimes the mobility in the back is not very large. That's okay. It makes it even more important to work on. So inhale, hold. On your exhale, you're trying to lift yourself up using the fingertip strength and your back strength. If you just come up to here, totally fine. If you're someone who can come a bit further, you do you. Inhale, come down. Exhale, press your mat away, arc through your spine. Good. We have 2 more. Inhale, come down. Exhale, press that mat away. Use your muscles, come up. One more time. Inhale. Exhale, press it away. Using your whole palms, maybe if you need this time to go a little further. And bring it back down. Beautiful. Last stretch here. We're just gonna press ourselves up and away to come into child's pose. If you need to spread your knees out a little bit and coming all the way back down. If you're someone, again, who feels a lot of stiffness here, you might not be able to come all the way back. That's okay. You can also use a bolster if you're at home or a pillow to help yourself settle the bum down onto it. Taking a deep inhale from your child's pose. On your exhale, we come forward into the final stretch, your puppy pose. So reaching those palms towards the front of your mat. If you're not comfy with puppy pose, you can stay in child's pose or a stretch of your choice. Bringing your forehead down to the mat. Feeling a nice stretch here through the shoulders, through the upper back muscles. This one also feels amazing after a long day sitting at a desk. Inhale. And exhale out. Inhale. Exhale out. Just letting yourself relax a little bit here. This is your last stretch. Inhale. And exhale out. Slowly, slowly, slowly sinking back all the way into your child's pose again. We'll take 2 breaths here. Inhale. Exhale out. Letting your heart rate drop if it's still elevated from that workout. Inhale. And on your exhale, slowly peeling yourself up. I always end with 2 deep breaths with all of my yoga students. So if you want to join me, just inhaling, maybe reaching those arms up and exhale down. Again, you don't have to do the arm motions, but maybe just joining me for a final deep breath. Inhale, reach up. And exhale, bring it down. Thank you so much for joining me. If you do want to support me, it means the world if you like, comment, and subscribe. I'm also on TikTok and Instagram. I have tons of other yoga classes and Pilates classes filmed around the world, and I'd absolutely love you to join me on this journey. Thanks so much, folks, and have a great rest of your day.